Today we're going to be talking about daily habits that I learned in my 20s. It is so important to be building healthy, consistent habits in your 20s. You grow up having such a structured schedule, and then you go into your 20s and it's like, okay, like every man for himself. Like you have like this time and you don't know how to structure your time and you don't know what to do and when to do it. So I'm just going to tell you guys kind of some tips and tricks and what I do and my habits that maybe will influence you or will just kind of help bring light to why habits are so important, especially in your 20s. Okay, I'm going to start with the boring stuff first, then we can get to the fun stuff after. So first section is health and wellness habits. You are aiming for consistency over perfection. So as long as you can be consistent with any type of habit, you are going to feel better. If you miss a day, it's okay. You're not striving to be perfect, you're just striving to be somewhat consistent. So taking greens and supplements, if that's something you want to do, have at it. I take Armra and I do a greens in the morning just because it makes me feel better. And I know when I wake up, the first thing I'm going to do is take my greens and supplements. Prioritizing your sleep is so important. Finding something that can trigger when you need to be going to bed is the key to success. Like 10 o'clock, my Hatch alarm goes off and it tells me like, all right, time to start winding down. 10 o'clock, let's say you have a thing on your phone that automatically switches to sleep mode. So you know when you see that, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna go on my phone anymore. I'm going to just start getting ready for bed and lay with a book. Staying hydrated is so important. Everyone has the cute little water bottles around. So like, if you don't have one, join the club and go buy one because it is so important to stay hydrated and make sure that you are fueling your body. I am not good at drinking water, but I try. All that matters, like I said, is that you are being consistent, that you're trying, because you're not going to be perfect at anything you do. The next is trying to get some type of workout in daily, whether it's a 5-minute walk at lunch or an hour and a half workout at the gym. Prioritizing movement is so important, especially in your 20s. You grow up having such a structured concept of what working out is, like playing sports. I did dance, so like you were moving your body and hanging out with your friends. You were almost being forced to be there. Not really, but you know, like you have practice. You have to show up. In your 20s, you don't have to show up for anybody but yourself. So really prioritizing and making sure that you're doing something for yourself daily movement-wise is super important. My habit is going for a walk at lunch as long as the weather is nice, and I come home and I do an at-home workout right after work. I come home, I walk in the door right after work, I'm in there working out. So that's my habits, if that kind of enlightens how I fit this into my busy schedule. And then the last thing is just taking care of your skin. Doing a quick AM, PM skincare. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Literally, it could be 2 minutes. Doing only a simple skincare routine is effective. Don't believe these people when they're trying to sell you on a 17 product skincare routine. Like, you can do a productive skincare routine in less than 5 minutes. And by doing it in less than 5 minutes, it actually makes you want to do it more. So like, let's say you're laying on the couch and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to do my skincare routine. And you know it's going to take you 25 minutes. You're really not going to want to do a skincare routine. But if your skincare routine takes 5 minutes, you're more inclined to be like, you know what? It's just 5 minutes. I really need to do it for myself. Next section, mindset and mental health habits. So I just started really diving into the mental health aspect of habits a few years ago, especially when I moved in on my own. So let's go over what some of the habits are. Journaling or brain dumping. So I'm still trying to get good at journaling and brain dumping. It is very difficult, especially when you live with other people, to find time to journal, but you could do it. I know you can. You don't need to write a 5-paragraph essay to journal. You can literally write 3 sentences and get whatever you want off your mind or off your chest, and you're good. Next is gratitude or little wins check-in. This will help you so much. It shifts you from the not enough mindset. So like if you're lacking something, you're like, well, I did do this today, or this good thing did happen to me today. So kind of just helps shift your mindset. Also does teach you how to be more positive. Another thing is checking in with yourself every day. I do this probably at night more than in the morning. I literally will just be doing my skincare, brushing my teeth, and I just think in my head, like, how did I feel today? You know, when someone asks you, like, how are you? And you always are like, I'm good, how are you? Like, how am I actually? Am I good? Making sure that you're checking in with yourself. I call these mental health check-ins. It's so important because You need to be in tune with how you're feeling, what you're doing, etc. The other thing is saying no without guilt. I'm still practicing this, but knowing that if you don't want to do something, then you say no. And trying to get that habit down is so hard. You don't want to hurt people's feelings, I know, but it is just so important. It's so important. Next one is lifestyle and daily routine habits. This one's gonna be a little fun. So, romanticizing the small rituals. I post a lot about how I romanticize my morning coffee because I do. I don't just post that to get like likes and shares or whatever. Like, I actually do it to romanticize my life. I'm making my coffee. I'm like, you know what? Like, I love this Nespresso machine. I love my brown sugar that I put in my coffee every day, and that Chobani creamer. I make the same coffee every day pretty much. I use different types of pods, but just romanticizing it and being like, oh my gosh, like I got to use a cute cup today, or oh, like I just love the way that my coffee tasted today, like that I made it myself and I was able to do it. Finding things like that just to romanticize your life and just kind of ground yourself. I really just got into this when I started posting online, because you don't realize how fast paced you are until you're filming everything. Like, I would be like, go, 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 go all the time. And then when I had to start filming stuff, it would actually like let me like take a moment and be like, wow, like it just like, it really does help ground you. Screen breaks. I am having a hard time with this as I just became a content creator like 3 months ago, but trying to find time to have a screen break, whether it's right before bed or in the morning, is what I suggest. So I know that at 10 o'clock my phone turns on sleep mode and my hatch goes on. Then I'm like, okay, I'm putting my phone away. I have scheduled things that pop up online after 10 p.m. Don't need to be on my phone. I'm good. Phone's away. I don't like to do it in the morning. I don't know. I just rather would do it at night. So literally up to you. Next is like a 5-minute tidy up before bed. I love doing this. I will set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes and I'll just go ham around the house. Put this away, fold this up, and maybe I'll do a little bit extra, but just doing that short little cleanup for yourself is so important. Doing it before bed is what I would recommend, because you're gonna wake up and just feel like, like your clothes aren't laying on the floor, your skincare is organized, you're just gonna feel so much better. And the last one that I do is intentional evenings. So I will do this a lot when my boyfriend is away or not home. Instead of like doom scrolling or getting in my head, and I'll watch a show and get takeout and maybe do a little bit of reading or a face mask, or just finding things that are for me. Whether it's even like listening to a podcast and doing laundry. Like, finding an intentional purpose and finding joy in what you're doing is super important. Next one is relationship habits. So trying to maintain relationships in your 20s is so hard. So these are some of the things that I do to try to maintain positive relationships in my life. The first habit that I do is I try not to be on my phone when I'm with somebody, whether it's my friend or my family. I'm not sitting there on my phone all the time. I'm really trying to be engaged in the conversation. And it is a habit, I feel like, to be on your phone. So just making it a point that like, okay, like I'm in the setting of somebody. How do I like make it a habit? You know what I mean? Like, you're sitting down and you're like, okay, I'm at dinner. I don't need to be on my phone. Like, I literally have a habit now that I'll turn my phone face down, leave it on the table, whatever, but just not being on it. And the next one, which is so hard to do, I still have a hard time doing this, is explaining and expressing how you're feeling. So let's say you feel a type of way, instead of bottling it up and hiding it and never saying anything, just being polite and just being like, that really did hurt my feelings. It's such a good habit to build, because what is that doing for you is bottling things up and maybe starting to create a bad relationship between you and that person. Nothing. Another one, making sure that you are self-reflecting after you hang out with people and questioning to yourself, are you feeling drained or do you feel good? There are some people that I still have in my life that I see and it drains me. There are some instances where you hang out with somebody and you just feel so drained after. After I hang out with somebody, I reflect on what happened. So I went out a few weeks ago with my friends and we got like sushi, drinks. It was great. I hadn't seen some of my friends in a while. And afterwards, I felt so happy and so uplifted. And I was like, that was just so great seeing them. We had great conversations. We really enjoyed each other's companies. Like, I can't wait to do that again. That is a positive experience. That is what you want out of a friendship. If you go out with a friend and all they did was talk about themselves the whole time, they never was interested in your life, they never even asked you how things are going with you, and you just felt emotionally drained, you need to start realizing that that relationship is not feeding you. And what habits are you going to do, and what are you going to do to fix that? And maybe you're going to give the person another try, and if not, maybe it's time to cut your losses. I'm going to do a whole video about friendships and relationships in your 20s, so stay tuned for that. Last one, I promise, is financial habits. So a few of the financial habits that I have are pretty simple. Number one, every single morning I wake up and check my bank account. My mom yelled at me one time when I was like 20, maybe 21. I depleted my checking account and I had an overdraft fee. And she yelled at me and she's like, "You don't check your bank statements?" I was like, "No." Because I'm scared. I was in college. I was like, I don't want to check my bank statements. That's freaking terrifying. And I got into a habit now that I will check my checking account, my savings account, credit cards, basically every single day. When I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do is check my credit cards. Another thing that I am recently developing, like within the past year, is that buying less is more. Trying to break the habit that you probably all have, maybe you don't, of buying so much and you get that endorphin of after you buy things. It is so hard to break the habit. I'm just starting to do this. I will drive past a Marshalls and I'm not even tempted to go in. I know. It's crazy. As time goes on, I start to realize like how much money I've been wasting on stupid crap. So trying to build the habit of assessing what you're buying, assessing what you're doing, making sure that things are serving you. So like I would buy so much home decor stuff and then I would use it for like 6 months and then like give it to Goodwill or give it to people. Like that's so much money I wasted when I could have just made sure that what I was buying was going to be the home decor for that place. So just to wrap things up, because we did talk about a lot today, these are the habits that I have created in my 20s that have helped me transform myself. There are probably 100 more, but these are some of the core things that I've done to improve my life. And that is why I'm coming on here to try to teach you guys, because if you are just graduating, I feel like nobody really teaches you how to start habits and how to build productiveness. You're supposed to just know, just like everything else in the world. Like when you go to high school and you don't know how to like write a check, like you're supposed to just know, and you're not. That's why I'm coming on here to teach you guys how I run my life. You don't have to take any of my advice. You could take half of my advice, or you could take all my advice. I would love if you took all my advice, but take whatever advice you want from this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe. I'm doing a whole series on things for people in their 20s. So if that is your age group, make sure you stay tuned for all the videos. I'm going to be releasing them every single Tuesday. So one last tip before I leave you guys, your 20s are all about learning. You're not supposed to have it figured out. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.